All right, welcome back to the channel. It seems like the PBC and Showtime have some teeth on them as it relates to people trying to steal their fighters and send them over there to other networks. Big controversy that had been brewing for a while that we got an explanation for. Lou Dibella has not been who was the original promoter to the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight, is no longer doing a significant amount of business with the PBC and Dazn in New York or on other cards on Showtime. And now we have an answer as to what that was. And the short answer was disloyalty and common sense of people that are in the business world or the people that are involved in this particular instance. Let's talk about that and a lesson that you can learn in your own personal life, your own business dealings from the screw up or the choice that Lou Dibella made and the reaction that you got from the PBC and Showtime. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, so it had appeared for a while to people that have been paying attention that Lou Dibella had been blackballed by Showtime. He was the original promoter to Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 1, but he is not involved in it in this instance. And there was some question about why that was, but I think now we have some clarity. The Boxing Voice did an interview with Steven Espinoza and another boxing website, the Boxing Junkie, actually transcribed it and then got a reply from Lou Dibella. So now I think we have a little bit more visibility into the situation, and it's something that you can learn from. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Subscribers. Let's get into this. Lou Dibella said that he believes that the reason that he is no longer doing a significant amount of business with Showtime and the PBC is because he took Deontay Wilder to have a meeting with Dazn. The meeting where Dazn reportedly offered him $100 million. Now, notice that I say Dazn offered Deontay Wilder $100 million because some of you bozos are still out there running around saying 120. You need to stop it. $100 million offer to Deontay Wilder that he subsequently turned down, right? Now, why would Lou Dibella, but see, that's what Lou Dibella said. Now, Steven Espinoza had said that they had noticed that Lou Dibella was sending a lot of his fighters over there to a rival network in Dazn, and that, pretty much paraphrasing here, or my impression of what he's saying is, look, why would we want to help fund somebody and continue to do business with somebody that's not loyal to us, that's not part of the team? Right? He's part of the team when he feels like being part of the team, and when he's not, right? And there's a big problem with that, right? Lou Dibella says that he was being loyal. He was being loyal to Deontay Wilder. Okay, now let's look into that and why it really doesn't make a difference, Lou Dibella, between whether it's Lou Dibella's explanation or whether it is Steven Espinoza's explanation. It doesn't really matter. But let's go over that. Before I do, though, I want to say special thank you to everybody that subscribes to the channel, everybody that attends the live streams and goes to the Patreon. Definitely check out the latest upload we have, where it's Fanon's React. It's a new series, Fanon Reacts, and it's called The Boondocks, Joy DeGrew, and Neely Fuller Jr. I think that you'll enjoy it. I got another one that's probably going to be coming up tomorrow on the Patreon. And make sure you're at OG Boxing Talk this Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we're going to talk about, Friday we get to talk about how Tevin Farmer's about to lose to JoJo Diaz. At least that's my opinion. That's how I see it going. Anyway, so let's get into this with Lou Dibella and them. All right, so a principle in business is that you want to stay in business, and you have partners that you work with that if it's at all possible, you want your partners to work with you exclusively. Okay. And you don't want a partner, somebody that you're working with, dealing directly with a competitor if you can avoid it. Right now, if you're operating a gas station and you have an Exxon gas station and there's a Texaco across the street, right? You're not going to be able to get Coca-Cola not to sell you their products, but not sell your competitor across the street products, right? Without a doubt. So there is a degree of that you cannot control. But if you possibly can, you would want to do that. You would want to have exclusivity with somebody that you're doing business with, if possible. So Lou Dibella was doing a lot of business with the PBC in New York and promoting the cars out of the Barclays Center. You see that that's not the case anymore. Now it's TBP, or is it? Anyways, Tom Brown. I think it's Tom Brown's promotion. TGB. I think it's called TGB, but I think it's Tom Brown's promotion. And I was wondering, like, man, this guy is really starting to promote a lot of fights and do a lot of work for the PBC. Well, those used to be the work that Lou Dibella was doing. But Lou Dibella, when Dazn dropped this, they were going to spend $1 billion in fights in the United States. Lou Dibella said, damn, that's a huge budget. That's bigger than a Showtime budget. Hey, I'm going to start sending my fighters over there to Dazn. And even though he had a lot of, there was a lot of back and forth between he and Eddie Hearn, you noticed pretty early on in the development of Dazn, that he was working with Dazn. He definitely sent Tevin Farmer to Dazn. Regis Prograis, I don't think wound up immediately with Dazn, but then he wound up fighting in the World Boxing Super Series that wound up on Dazn. But he started working more and more with Dazn. Now, here's the problem with him working with Dazn from the PBC side. The Dazn and Eddie Hearn specifically have been out in public stating for a while, very clearly, very blatantly, that they intend on stealing Al Haymon fighters from the PBC, which means fighters from Showtime, because he says that they don't have a promotional contract, so there's nothing preventing him from doing it, right? So you have the one promoter saying that, Eddie Hearn, but then you have another promoter who they're already dealing with that actually did it by arranging a meeting between Deontay Wilder and Dazn, where he got that $100 million offer. Now, if Deontay Wilder had decided to take the $100 million offer, hey man, that would have been on Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's manager would have been there, Al Haymon, they would have all still gotten paid. But the odd man out in that particular circumstance would have been Showtime. And Deontay Wilder at the time was the biggest product that Showtime had. Deontay Wilder is the biggest draw for that there is for Showtime. He's doing over 1 million views every time he fights. He was part of the move between, when Golden Boy and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Broke up, or actually during that time, he was the ones that stayed over there. One of the fighters that stayed with Al Haymon in the PBC and was staying, and got his name and his reputation and opportunities given to him in large part by Showtime. So Lou Dibella takes and tries to move him over there to Dazn. Now Lou Dibella says, "Oh no!" Lou Dibella says that's the reason why it happened. Steven Espinoza said, look, no, he had been noticing that for a while. And that also Lou Dibella, I think, also said that it had something that Steven Espinoza said that there was a lot of the budget for the PBC, they rejected, I think he said they rejected a Regis Prograis fight, but there was just a lot of budget going to the PBC fighters, and that he wasn't actually blackballed by Showtime. Anyway, so there was a big back and forth going on between the two of those guys about what that is. But the lesson to be learned is, look, people are in business to stay in business. They're in business to profit. To lay out a scenario that this seems very similar to, if you own a gas station and there's a gas station across the street, right? If you have a car dealership across the street, you're selling Lexus and the other person is selling Audi, and you have a guy that's working for you as an independent contractor that you allow to get a commission off of selling your cars. And on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, he gets to come in and sit in your dealership. And as people walk in the door, get to talk to them and tell them about the car. And if he sells one, he gets a commission. If not, it doesn't work, right? So if you have him in there doing that, and then you found out that on Tuesdays and Thursdays that he was at the Audi dealership, sitting in the seat doing the same thing with the Audi dealership, why would you, all things equal, why would you allow that guy to continue to work in your dealership? Because what the guy could be doing is, and say you find out that he's doing it, is he says, hey, really, there's this Lexus that it's a nice car. I know you want to buy a Lexus, but hey, I can probably give you a better deal if you come and go to the Lexus dealer, and you go over to the Audi dealer this Thursday. Just meet me over there and I can show you a car that fits your needs much better, right? So you're giving him an opportunity to sell Lexus cars for you to people that are coming in, but he's using his time and connections, meeting you when you walk in the door, to go take that same take that same customer over there and sell him something else on the days that he's working over there. You wouldn't have it. You would say, look, you're going to deal with me or you're not going to deal with me. Or if you're going to be that type of person and I can't sign, you're not an employee, you are an independent businessman. Look, I'm just not going to deal with you because I don't know whether or not I can trust you. Okay, it's going to start with Deontay Wilder, but who's next? Are you going to start arranging me? Am I going to pay you to set up a fight, a Jermall Charlo fight or an Errol Spence Jr. fight? And now you're going to, for the event that I'm paying you to put on, you're going to go have a conversation with those fighters and then take those fighters to go meet with Dazn? Man, if I was that guy, Steven Espinoza in that situation, I'd throw Lou Dibella out as well. And see, when we talk about sides of the street, that from boxing fans, I can understand. And from my perspective, it's easy to understand why we can get frustrated about why Errol Spence Jr. won't fight Terrence Crawford, and when they say, or Terrence Crawford can't fight the other, and they say, hey man, there's a lot of nonsense going on with the other sides of the street. Man, that's it, because those guys really do have legitimate business interests. The fighter has an interest, the fan has an interest, but those promotional companies have an interest too. And like Showtime, who's a network, they have interest too. They're investing a lot of money and a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of opportunity in a fighter like Deontay Wilder for years and years, or riding with him, and you have a promotional company and they're trusting you, giving you a lot of opportunity. And then when it suits the guy when it suits Lou Dibella, he then says, well, there's a bigger opportunity over here. I'm going to get out. I'm leaving. And I'm going to take this guy over here with me as well. That, man, that'll really tick somebody off, man. And it will have them not dealing business with you. And it'll also have them refusing to air your fighters, not wanting to deal with your fighters, things like that. And just imagine if you couple that with the fact that the network that they're trying to take is actively talking, that you're taking them to, is actively talking about, their main promoters actively talking about stealing more of your fighters. Nah, man, that doesn't sit well. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I'm out. Peace.